have and push your chair under. And I'd like you to kind of spread out across the room. Just make sure you're not blocking my screen up here. Make sure I can see you. Move over this way just a little bit. There you go. Good job, good job. We're going to learn some vocabulary today, and I'm going to teach you a fun way to remember it. Because sometimes when we start talking about different types of line segments and rays and intersecting and all of that, it becomes very confusing to remember what's what. And in May, you're going to be taking some tests where they may ask you to identify some different kinds of lines and angles. So I want to make sure that you know what those are. All right, the first one we have listed up here is parallel. And most of you remember that parallel is like this, but an easier way to remember it is touchdown. So when I say parallel, I want you to go touchdown. Parallel.
Touchdown.
One more time. Parallel.
Touchdown.
Good job. Then we have perpendicular. And perpendicular has two right angles. And it is, you can equate it with the timeout signal. See my two right angles when I do the timeout signal? So when I say perpendicular, I want you to do the timeout. Perpendicular.
Timeout.
Perpendicular.
Timeout.
And see, that gives you a visual so that you can remember what it is. Next, we have intersecting lines. When we have intersecting lines, you can remember that for the football thing, personal foul. Okay, everybody?
Personal foul.
Again,
Personal foul.
All right. Parallel lines.
Touchdown.
Parallel lines.
Touchdown.
Perpendicular lines.
Timeout.
Perpendicular lines.
Timeout.
Intersecting lines.
Personal foul.
Intersecting lines.
Personal foul.
All right, moving up to some new vocabulary words. We've got line, line segment, and ray. All right, to remember a line, you have to remember that a line goes on and on and on forever. So the way to help you remember a line is put both arms out with your fingers pointing out, showing that it goes on and on forever. And put your arms even with your shoulder because lines are straight. Okay? So put your hands by your side. Line.
Line.
Hands by your side. Line.
Line.
Hands by your side. Line.
Line.
Okay. Now line segments, they have ends at both ends. So we're going to make fists, and we're going to put our arms out and go line segment.
Line segment.
Again, line segment.
Line segment.
Good job. Now, ray has one end and then an arrow that goes on the other way. So when I say a ray, you're going to use one fist and one arrow. And you can do either arm. It doesn't make any difference. But one of them has to be a fist. One of them has to be a line going on forever. All right? Ray.
Ray.
Again. Ray.
Ray.
Line.
Line.
Line segment.
Line segment.
Ray.
Ray.
Good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. All right. All right. Moving down our vocabulary list of things we want to make sure that we remember, we are going to go to 3 different kinds of angles. We have acute, obtuse, and right. And I'm going to use my voice to help you remember those, and I want you to do the same. For acute angle, I want you to go, acute. It's so cute, it's so little, it's cute. All right, you ready? Acute. Again. Acute. Now, obtuse is big, so we're going to go obtuse. You ready? Obtuse. Again. Obtuse. Okay? And a right angle is a 90-degree angle, so we're going to go like this. Right angle.
Right angle.
Make sure your arm is straight. Right angle.
Right angle.
All right, so let's go through all of these one last time, and then we're going to play Simon Says and see who's the best at this. Okay? So going to the top of our list, we had parallel lines.
Touchdown.
down, sit down, sit down, sit down. You have to wait for Simon Says. Sit down. Simon Says, perpendicular. Okay, a little slow there. Perpendicular is our timeout sign. Simon Says, intersecting. Good job. Simon Says, line segment. Good job. Simon Says, line. Simon Says, ray. You need to sit down. You did not make a line. Simon Says, acute angle. Simon Says, obtuse angle. Right angle. Ah, sit down. Simon didn't say it. Simon Says, line segment. Perpendicular. Sit down. Simon didn't say it. Simon Says, intersecting lines. Too late. Sit down. And you are a winner. Let's give you a big round of applause. Thank you very much. Angles and more shapes and measuring angles, which is the next big thing that we're going into. So everybody give yourself a pat on the back. Big round of applause for our winner.